All right, so we will get started. Happy Thursday. I am recording. Awesome. We're going to get started in a seated position today. So whatever that means for you, cross-legged, you could sit in hero's pose, like I'm seated right now, with the calves tucked underneath the quads and sitting on your heels. Always the option to grab a prop, place it underneath those sits bones, just to feel a little bit more rooted, grounded, and connected. So find your way into a seated position. This will be our 60-minute gentle class. You can allow the hands to relax, palm down on the knees. You can either close the eyes or have a soft gaze, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Maybe take a couple rocking motions. A couple motions to start out, just rocking side to side. Hello, hello. Maybe rocking forward and back, maybe doing a couple torso circles. Maybe squeezing the shoulder blades up toward the ears and exhaling, melting them down the back. Just any motions that feel right for you, that can help you settle into this space, into the here and the now. Awesome. So with eyes closed or that soft gaze, begin to focus on the breath. You can come to stillness in a nice, beautiful position where the sits bones feel grounded, but the spine feels nice and long. Maybe return to that root to rise, that concept where we ground the lower half of the body down, mindfully grounding it down, imagining as though it were lead, while we simultaneously expand the upper half of the torso up toward the sky. So settle into your seated position, whatever that looks like for you today, and begin to breathe. For the first couple rounds of breath, do not deepen or change the breath, simply notice. Simply settle into the breath as it is for you right now. How does it feel? What is the quality of your breath? What is its texture? Is there anywhere it gets stuck? Or does it flow openly and loosely? You can begin to deepen the breath, gently lengthening the inhalations and the exhalations. As you continue to deepen the breath, tune into the quality of the air around you. Notice the gentle warmth of the palms resting on the knees. Any sensations, any tingling or pulsing you may feel. Soften the belly. Feel the breath moving upward throughout the torso, expanding upward. Relax the muscles of the face, the brows, the eyelids, and the jaw. Maybe allow the lips to part, the tongue to be heavy in the bed of the mouth. Simply breathing and grounding into our physical body, feeling whatever we need to feel. Beautiful. Continue to deepen the breath and ask yourself, how are you feeling today? Check in with your emotional body. Shift away from the physical body into the emotional. Let that be as it is for a few full rounds of breath. Gently shift your attention now to your mind, the quality of your thoughts today. Again, no need to change or fix. Your mind is supposed to think. So just notice the quality of the thoughts. Are you rushing forward into the future? Are you maybe stuck somewhere in the past? Continue those deep, beautiful breaths and just notice. Simply be mindful. Be with it. If we notice that monkey mind start to wander, we just gently redirect with compassion, without judgment. Gently redirect to the here and the now. Beautiful. If you'd like at this point, you can begin incorporating our lovely Dirga breath. If you'd like that little self-assist, you can place right hand on the low belly, left hand on the heart space. And we call the Dirga breath the 3-part breath because we breathe in 3 parts. The breath originates from the lowest point in the belly and expands upward throughout the entire torso. So inhale. As you inhale, breathe into the belly. Feel the belly press outward into the hand. Allow the breath to move upward into the rib cage, expanding into the rib cage. And finally, allow the breath to move up into the heart space, the chest. Exhale completely. Chest, ribs, and belly. Navel draws in toward the spine, releasing all of that stagnant air. So the breath originates in the lowest point of the belly and expands upward. Breathe in belly, ribs, and chest. Full and complete exhalations. You can exhale out the mouth audibly if you'd like. So continue with our beautiful Dirga breath. Inhaling belly, ribs, and chest. As you continue with the Dirga breath, I'm going to ask you to think of, for you, a color that represents calm. Think of a color that represents calmness. Don't think about it too much. Just go with your instinct. Focus on that color for a few rounds of breath. Picturing a color that represents calm. Now I'm going to ask you to picture a color that represents stress as we continue with our beautiful Dirga breaths. Think of a color that represents stress. Could be red, orange, any color at all. Now as we continue with our Dirga breath, and if the Dirga breath doesn't feel comfortable for you at this point in time, always the option to let it go and just return to our beautiful deep inhales and exhales. But as we continue with our Dirga breath, I want you to imagine that you're inhaling whatever color is calm to you. So as you inhale your calm color, exhale your stress color. Maybe imagine as you inhale your body slowly filling up with whatever color calm is to you. And as you exhale, you are releasing more and more of that color that is stress. So continue with the Dirga breath, inhaling calm, Exhaling stress. With each round of breath, relaxing more and more into your seat, releasing any tension that is not serving you right now. Feel that color that is calm for you, filling the entire body. Like you are glowing. That calm, beautiful color. With each exhale, letting a little bit more stress, a little bit more tension go. Take maybe 5 more rounds of breath like this. Inhaling calm. Exhaling stress. Take one more complete round of breath. Feel free to let that go. Or inhale calm, exhale stress, and feel free to return to that throughout the rest of your practice or the rest of your day. Awesome. We'll take a moment, place hands at heart center. You can release the gear of the breath at this time as well. Set a personal intention for your practice today. Could be focusing on that little exercise that we did, inhaling our calm color and exhaling our stress color. Could be anything else that you need right now. Peace, presence, spaciousness, love, whatever you need. We'll take a nice slow inhale to seal in that intention. Exhale, release it out into the universe. Hands can relax, palm down onto the knees one more time. Awesome. We're going to, you can keep the eyes closed if you'd like, or allow them to open. We're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth audibly with a sigh. A couple more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale audibly. Awesome. Begin to incorporate the shoulders. So as you inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Squeeze the shoulders toward the ears. As you exhale, melt the shoulders down the back. A couple more times. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale audibly. Relax the shoulders down one more time. Inhaling up to squeeze. Exhale. Relax them down. Awesome. Take the hands, place them together, and begin rubbing the hands together, creating some tension, or not tension, a little bit of heat. So I guess a little tension, but mostly heat. All right. When you feel like you got enough heat, enough energy in between the hands, place the palms over the eyes and allow the eyes to close. Even here, create a little bit of space between the shoulders and the ears. Reconnect to that breath. Nice soft belly. Begin with the eyes closed. Begin moving the eyes in a nice big circle in one direction. Taking a couple rounds of breath. Switch the direction of your circle. Nice big circles in the opposite direction with eyes still closed. Inhale and look up. Exhale, look down. With eyes remaining closed, inhale and look to the right. Exhale, look to the left. We're going to inhale and squeeze the muscles of the face, squeeze the shoulders up toward the ears, clenching the jaw, squeezing the eyes closed. Exhale, open the eyes wide. Release all that tension, shoulder blades melt down the back. Inhale, squeeze. Close the eyes, squeeze the muscles of the face. Exhale, release. Eyes open wide, hands are still in front of the face. One more time. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release, eyes open nice and wide. We'll inhale and exhale. release that out. It's very important that we give our eyes a little bit of time to relax. They take in so much information, so much for us every single day. So it's nice to just stretch them out a little bit. All right, awesome. Hands can relax, palm down on the knees. We'll inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, begin some nice torso circles. Drop the torso in one direction. Inhaling to come up, exhale as you drop forward, maybe incorporating the shoulders. Feeling the weight shift between the sits bones. One more nice big circle. And switch directions. Rotating your torso in a nice big circle in the opposite direction. Moving with the breath. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, release that motion out. Awesome. Release the hands down lightly next to the hips. Going to flip the palms up. Inhale, sweep the arms up, out, and around. For a couple sun breaths, fingertips touch lightly at the top. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach up. Even here, you can reconnect to that inhale, calm, exhale, stress. One more sun breath. Inhaling up. As you inhale, you could imagine that you're inhaling whatever color is calm to you. So fingertips are going to touch at the top. We're going to exhale, drop the right hand onto the mat, right nice and in line with the hip, and reach up and over with the left arm. Staying nice and grounded in the left hip, fingertips spread nice and wide, breathing into the left side body. You can return to that inhale, calm, exhale, stress. Sending that color that is calm to wherever it is needed in your body. One more inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, nice strong core, rise back up to center. Exhale, drop the left hand this time. Nice and in line with the hip, reach up and over with the right arm. Breathe. If you want to intensify the stretch, always the option to drop down onto that forearm. Dropping down onto the elbow, kind of. Ground down through the right hip this time. Breathing. Inhale back up to center, nice strong core. Exhale, release the hands out. Awesome. Take a moment, extend the legs long. They've been tucked in for a couple minutes here, so shake them out. Wiggle the knees. Let that blood flow downward and release. We're going to come into bound angle. So allow the soles of the feet to touch. Ankles as close or as far from the body as you like. Always the option to place 2 props, 2 blankets or towels underneath the knees for extra added support. Hands can relax down onto the ankles. We'll inhale, crown of the head reaches up nice and tall, nice tall, beautiful spines. Exhale, hinge forward, heart leads the way. We want conscious rounding of the back. So just try and be mindful. Try and maybe notice that point where you feel your back start to round. Send the breath into the hips. Inhaling calm. Exhaling stress. Inhaling whatever color is calm to you. And exhaling, releasing. Feeling that color that is stress melting away. Replaced by calm, peace, presence. Inhale. And exhale, roll back up to center, nice and slow. Awesome. Bend the knees, allow the soles of the feet to plant on the mat, wider than the hips, so on the edges of the mat. We're going to windshield wiper our knees so hands can relax down behind the glutes. We'll inhale, exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhale the knees back up to center. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Move with the breath here, moving at your own pace. The wider apart your feet are, the more deeply you're going to access these muscles in the hips. Movement linked with breath. Inhaling up, exhale to drop. If you'd like, you can begin incorporating the arms. So as the knees next drop to the right, you can take the left arm, sweep it along the horizon, reaching out through the left arm, making sure the right hand stays nice and planted underneath the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. As the knees drop to the left, you can take the right arm and sweep it around. If you'd like to add another layer on, you can gently lift the hips, keeping the calves and the knees nice and grounded. That was my hip that just popped. Wow. Gently lifting the hips up toward the sky. Take one or two more on each side. Moving at your own pace. Nice gentle class, so listen to your bodies, no need to push. We'll come to stillness whenever you're ready. At the center, feet are going to stay where they are. We're going to inhale and exhale, drop the knees to the right. Coming up onto the right hand. Take a moment, check in with your feet. Your right knee should be in line with your right hip. Your left knee should also be in line with your left hip, but your left knee should be close to the sole of the right foot. Left calf is in line with the short edge of the mat. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to twist over to the right, coming into supine stag twist. If this is as far as you'd like to go, staying lifted on top of the hands, just simply twisting the torso over to the right, this is great. If you want to take it a little deeper, you can drop down onto the forearms. Staying nice and grounded in our right hip. Breathing into our first twist of the day. If we're not dropped down onto our forearms, always the option to come up onto fists for us are feeling sensitive, okay? So breathe wherever you are. Nice soft belly. Inhale and exhale. Press into the right hand to rise back up to center. We'll inhale the legs back to center. Exhale, drop them to the left this time. So check in really quickly. Left knee is in line with left hip. Same goes for the right knee. Our right knee is next to the sole of the left foot, and our right calf is in line with the short edge of the mat. Awesome. If you'd like, simply rotate, twisting toward the left, staying up on hands or fists. If you'd like to come into the full expression, my chair is definitely in the way here. That's okay, I'll work around it. Drop down on forearms. Breathing, taking maybe 3 to 5 rounds of breath. Maybe returning to your inhale, calm, exhale, stress. If there are any spots of strain for you in this posture. Inhale. Exhale, press into the left hand to gently come back up to center. Knees find their way to center as well. We're going to sweep the legs to one side, roll over the knees, coming into our very first table top of the day. Wrists stacked directly under shoulders and knees under hips. Always the option to throw some padding underneath the knees if those are feeling sensitive today at all. Nice neutral spine. We're going to do some beautiful cat-cows to open up the spine. So for our cow, we inhale, drop the belly, crack open the heart space, and look up. Exhale, press into the hands, round the back for cat. Chin tucks toward the chest. Move at your own pace, inhaling for cow. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Exhale for cat, shoulder blades wrap around the body. Take a couple more at your own pace. Feeling where the muscles around the spine open up, the shoulders open up, the hips open up. Take one more cat. And one more cow. Awesome. Inhale and exhale into a neutral spine. Beautiful. We are going to come into our balancing table. So make sure that the left hand is planted. We'll make sure both hands are planted directly underneath the shoulders. When you feel ready, we're going to inhale. Extend the right leg long. Maybe point and flex that foot, rolling out that ankle, waking up the synovial fluid in those joints. All right, if this is as far as you'd like to go, feel free to stay here. It is a gentle class, so there's no need to push. If you want to add some balance, we'll inhale the left arm up toward the sky. Fingertips spread nice and wide, nice strong core. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Find your drishti, your point of focus, a fixated point to stare at. Very helpful for balancing postures. If you'd like to stay here, feel free to do that. If you'd like to add on another layer and come into tiger, bend the right leg and reach the left hand, grabbing onto the top of that right foot. Coming into a nice little backhand here, back bend here. Pressing the foot into the hand just as much as the hand is pressing into the foot. Wherever you are, take 3 full rounds of breath. In either balancing table or a tiger, keeping the hips nice and square toward the earth. Inhale and exhale, gently lower the right knee and the left hand. Take a round of breath here. Awesome. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Reach the left leg up. Point and flex that foot. Roll out the ankle. When you feel ready, make sure the left hand is planted directly underneath that shoulder. You can inhale the right arm up. Nice strong core. Remembering to breathe. If you want to come into tiger, if that feels right for you today, we'll bend that left leg, grab on to the sole of that foot, pressing into the hand. Breathing into this back bend, feeling the pectoral muscles stretch. 2 more full rounds of breath. Inhale and exhale, gently release down. Awesome, we're going to come into puppy. So we're going to keep the hips nice and lifted as they are and simply walk the hands forward. Forearms drop down, forehead drops down or finds a prop. Hips stay nice and lifted. Breathe here. Puppy is a beautiful alternative for those who may experience some difficulty in down dog or in child's pose. Either or. Take full rounds of breath. Releasing the low belly, maybe returning to our inhale calm. Exhale stress. Returning to your colors. With each inhale, feeling your color that is calm, expanding, filling you up. Awesome. Inhale and exhale. Rise back up into a neutral table position. We're going to come down onto our bellies. So relax down onto the forearms and release the belly down toward the earth. Awesome. We're going to come into a little baby cobra. Nice gentle back bend. So plant the hands underneath the shoulders. You can untuck the toes if you'd like, placing the tops of the feet on the earth. Feel your pelvis pressed into the earth. Inhale. Exhale, gently rise up. Coming into cobra, keeping the lower half of the body nice and grounded. This is a little baby cobra. So no need to push all the way up here. Little baby cobra. It's almost as if you could take your hands off of the mat and your back stays where it was. So take a couple rounds of breath here, maybe sending the breath in between the shoulder blades. Feeling the belly expand against the mat. Inhale and exhale. Release down. Create a pillow for your head with your hands. Allow one cheek to release down onto the earth, well, onto the little pillow you created. Take a few rounds of breath, breathing into the back body. Awesome. We're going to come into boat pose. So allow the arms to extend alongside the torso. Allow the toes to touch, legs touch. We're going to, well, chin can find the mat. All right. We're going to take our right leg, lift the right leg up, reach the toes back like someone's pulling on your toes, creating length in that leg, and exhale, release it down. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Inhaling the left leg up, reaching back like someone's pulling on your toes, and exhale, release it down. Tops of the feet plant. Feel your pelvis planted into the earth. Feel those the two hip points pressed into the earth, as well as the pubic bone. So feel that pelvic triangle pressing into the earth. If you'd like, we can try to lift just the torso. So we're coming to boat pose, lifting the torso and the legs. So if you'd like, we can come into, we can try the upper half of our boat. Arms extended, palms released down next to the thighs. We'll inhale like our cobra. Inhale up. Taking a couple rounds of breath here. Exhale, release. If you'd like, you can add on to the legs or simply alternate between the arms and the legs, whatever you want to do. Again, it's a gentle class. So inhale, exhale to prepare. Inhale, if you'd like, reach both the arms and the legs up, keeping the legs nice and tightly, well, not too tightly, but squeezed together, toes touching. Nice active glutes. Beautiful back bend here, lifting the torso and the legs, pressing through that pelvic triangle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, release all the way down. Create a pillow for your head with your hands and look the other way. Turning your head the opposite way as it was before. Breathing. Feeling all the energy that we created dissipating, relaxing and releasing throughout the body. Boat pose can be a tough one. It's awesome for the core. Beautiful back bend though. Awesome. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders. We'll inhale. Exhale, press through table. Allow the knees to be about as wide as the mat. Big toes touch. Send the sits bones back toward the heels for child's pose. Arms extend long. Forehead finds either the mat or prop. Breathe here. Release the low belly. Breathe into the back body. Maybe reconnecting to our inhale, calm. Exhale, stress. One more full round of breath. As you exhale, press up into your neutral table. We'll tuck the back toes and lift up into our very first down dog of the day. Keep it nice and gentle, so bend the knees if you'd like, if the hamstrings are feeling tight. Make sure all knuckles are pressed down nice and firmly. inside edges of the elbows rotate toward one another. Even here, melt the shoulder blades down the back, create space between the shoulder blades and the ears. Nice long line of energy from fingertips to hips and from hips to heels. So drive the heels down toward the earth. They absolutely do not have to touch. If you'd like, you can begin walking or pedaling your dog by bending one leg and driving the opposite heel toward the earth. Feeling nice and supported by your foundations. Inhale and exhale. We're going to walk the feet toward the hands, coming into ragdoll. Feet land directly underneath the hips, and we hang. Hang here, allowing the upper body to stretch, relax, and release the lower body. If you'd like, you can sway side to side. Maybe clasp opposite elbows. Maybe interlace the fingers behind the head. If you'd like, shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Remember to always maintain that slight micro bend in the knees. Beautiful. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, dramatically bend the knees and roll up. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Rebuilding the spine. Head comes up last. Awesome. When you come to standing, when you find yourself in that beautiful standing position, take a moment, place hands at heart center. Feel the blood flowing downward. Feel yourself relaxing into this mountain pose or Tadasana. Feel all four corners of the feet beautifully rooted into the mat. Connect with your breath. Take a moment to notice if it feels any different from when we started not so very long ago. If it feels more open, if you feel more spacious. Reconnect to your personal intention for another full round of breath. Inhale and exhale, let that go. Awesome. Leave some empty coat sleeves. So gently begin, like your arms are really heavy, just begin rotating from one side to another. Imagine that you're a little kid wearing one of your parents' really big coats and you're just running around and whacking your siblings with the coat sleeves. If you'd like, you can incorporate the heels too. So as you twist over to the right, the left heel lifts. As you twist over to the left, the right heel lifts. So move with the breath. Gently begin to slow down. Slow down your coat sleeves until you come to stillness at the center. Awesome. I'm going to do a quick little kriya between our chair and our ragdoll. Reminder to keep it gentle. This is a gentle class, so no need to push, okay? So come to the tops of your mats, check in with your feet, make sure they're planted directly underneath the hips. Take a moment, shift your weight between the balls and the heels of the feet. Just shifting your weight back and forth, noticing all four corners of the feet. Come to stillness when most of your weight is in your heels, but your toes are still nice and firmly planted. We'll inhale, the arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, bend into your chair. Tucking that tailbone down toward the heels to prevent that pinching in the low back. A cool little trick that I learned is that it's okay if the knees extend over the ankles. And the cool little trick that I learned is that you should be in like kind of a perpendicular L shape. Your torso and your quads should be at a 90-degree angle. But remember, keep it gentle. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you reach out through the fingertips. Inhale. And exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward, coming back into your ragdoll. Take a couple rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, rise back up into your chair. Tucking that tailbone down, squeezing the shoulder blades together, nice strong core. Inhale and exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. One more time. On your next inhale, rise up into chair. Weight in the heels, back as straight as possible. Inhale and exhale. Fold forward. Release that out. Take a couple rounds of breath here, swaying from side to side. Feeling that energy release. We're going to inhale and halfway lift, so allow the hands to slide up the shins. As you inhale, halfway lift, spine's nice and flat. Exhale, release. Bend the knees. As you inhale, sweep the arms up, out, and around. Fingertips touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. We're going to inhale, bend your right leg, coming into standing wide angle. Step it back about a leg's distance, opening up so that the inside edges of the feet are parallel. Coming into standing wide angle. We're going to inhale, the arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, nice strong core, jackknife down. Release down till the hands find the mat or a prop. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Feeling the stretch in the hips. If you'd like, you can incorporate a couple twists. So you can plant the left hand in front of the face and inhale the right arm up toward the sky. As you exhale, the right hand plants, and you can inhale the left hand up. Or you can stay stagnant, whatever you want to do. If you're twisting, moving with the breath, noticing how this might change the stretch. If you're twisting, do one more on each side. Both hands release down toward the earth. On your next inhale, we're gently going to roll up. Rolling up to center. Awesome. Inhale and exhale. Take your right toes, rotate that right foot so that the toes are facing the short edge of the mat. Look, you're in warrior two. Inhale the arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, bend into that front leg. Nice 90-degree angle or less. Taking a couple rounds of breath in warrior two, driving down through the outer edge of that left foot. Shoulder blades relaxed. Down the back, you can look over at your right fingertips if you want. Taking maybe 3 more rounds of breath. Returning to your inhale, calm. Exhale, stress. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, release the hands. Rotate that right foot so that the inside edges of those feet are parallel. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Rotate the left foot, opening up into warrior two. Toes of that left foot are facing the short edge of the mat. When you're ready, inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, bend into that left leg. Being mindful that you're not hyperextending the knee out over the ankle. Hips are nice and open. You can look out over those left fingertips this time if you'd like. Take full rounds of breath. Nice soft belly. Notice if you're holding on to any other tension anywhere. Release that out. Inhale and exhale, straighten the legs. Release the hands. We're going to rotate our hips toward that left leg. and step to the top of the mat. Awesome. Take one round of breath here, hands at heart center. Inhale, sweep the hands up, out, and around. Exhale, bend the knees, nice flat back, swan dive down. Plant the hands in front of the feet. Inhale, and exhale, step back to down dog. One full round of breath in our down dog. Inhale, and exhale, drop the knees, coming into table. We're going to walk the hands toward the torso, coming in to a kneeling position. So come into a kneeling position. We're going to come into camel pose. This is a pretty deep back bend, so if you don't feel comfortable with that, I'll add a little modification. If you'd like, you can simply inhale, place the hands on the low back. As you exhale, hinge back, maintaining a nice strong core, simply hinging back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, cracking open the heart space. If you'd like to come into the forward expression of camel, we will inhale. As we exhale, gently tip backward, maintaining your nice strong quads, maintaining a nice strong line from knees all the way up to the torso. You allow the right hand to relax down onto the right heel. We windmill the left hand out and around so it finds the left heel. Camel pose. In either variation, maintaining that beautiful, strong core to prevent pinching in the low back, and breathing. Wherever you are, take three more full rounds of breath. If you're in camel and if it feels nice, you can allow the head to drop all the way back. Inhale and exhale, strong core brings us back up to center. Awesome. All right, we're gonna do a quick bridge pose and then make our way down onto our Shavasana. So you can relax the hands down on the earth underneath the shoulders. Sweep the legs to one side. Allow your sits bones to find the floor. Coming into bridge. So allow sits bones to find the floor, soles of the feet find the floor in line with the hips. Torso relaxes down. Take a round of breath here, feeling your torso long on the mat. Inhale and walk your heels in toward your glutes. Exhale, allow the arms to extend alongside the torso, shoulder blades nice and planted. We'll inhale. As you exhale, press into the feet to raise and lift the hips. Reaching those hips up toward the sky. The glutes need to be activated here, but notice if you're squeezing really, really hard. If you'd like, you can walk the shoulder blades underneath the body, interlace the fingers underneath the glutes, or you can inhale and sweep the arms up overhead, being mindful of any water or coffee that you have around. Breathe into the low belly, maybe stare at that point on the low belly, watching your breath expand the belly upward. Inhale and exhale, slowly lower down. If hands are extended up overhead, gently release them down alongside the torso. Beautiful. Take a moment, give yourself a nice big hug. Squeeze the knees in toward the chest. Rock side to side. Release and massage the low back. Say thank you to your body for everything it has done for you today. Awesome. We're going to keep the right leg tucked in, extend the left leg long. Take a moment in our wind relief pose. Roll out the ankle, point and flex that foot. Inhale and exhale. We're going to send the right knee over to the left side, coming into supine spinal twist. So the knee stays bent. We gently draw the knee over to the left side of the body. Once the right shoulder starts to peel off of the earth, that's how we know we've gone too far. Right arm can extend long at shoulder height, and we can look over at those right fingertips. Breathing into our last twist of the day. Keeping that left foot nice and active. One more full round of breath. Exhale, draw the knee back to center and send it alongside the left leg. We'll squeeze the left knee in this time, taking a moment to point and flex, roll out that ankle. Inhale and exhale. Send the left knee over to the right, keeping that left shoulder nice and grounded this time. Right hand can stay on the left knee, gently guiding it over to the right. You can look out over those left fingertips if you'd like. Breathing. Feel the breath move throughout this twist. Inhale and exhale, gently release the knee back to center. Extend that leg out long. Take a moment. Listen to your body. If there is anything that you feel like I missed, please feel free to take a few moments and do that. Could be a happy baby. Could be give yourself a nice big hug one more time. Could be another kind of twist. Maybe you want to windshield wiper the knees. Take a moment, listen to your body. If you don't need anything else, you can relax all the way down to Shavasana. So take another couple moments if there's any posture I missed. We'll relax down into our Shavasana, lying down long, nice and flat on the mat. If you'd like any props, always the option to roll up a towel, any prop, place it underneath the knees to release the low back. Bend the knees and plant the soles of the feet in line with the hips. Also really works to release the low back as well. The body does tend to cool down during our Shavasana, during our final relaxation, so feel free to grab a sweatshirt or anything like that. Take a couple Dirga breaths. Return to that inhale calm. Exhale stress. Allowing whatever color is calm to wash over you. With each inhale, allow it to fill you more and more until no stress remains. You're simply glowing, calm, peace, presence. Feel your muscles unravel and unwind from each bone. Feel your bones nice and heavy, supported by the mat. Once you feel complete, you can release all focus on the breath. Simply allowing yourself to bask in your beautiful color that is calm. If the mind starts to wander, don't fret, no need to worry. Just simply redirect with compassion and kindness. Come back to the here and the now. It is a practice, a muscle that strengthens over time. Bask in whatever color calm is to you. Feeling that color radiate throughout your being. Extending from the torso all the way down the legs to the toes. Extending all the way down the arms to the fingertips. Feel this color. Feel this calmness. Only when you feel complete. Before taking any motions, think about what would feel best for you right now. How does your body want to come back into this space? Think about it for a few moments before you begin to integrate motion. Maybe sigh a couple times, exhale audibly out the mouth. Wiggle fingers and toes, maybe swallow. Maybe do a nice little stretch. Slowly waking up the body. Only when you feel ready, you can roll over onto whatever side is calling you, hugging the knees in toward the chest. Sending gratitude to your body for all that it did for you, all that it can do for you. Inhale and exhale, press into that hand to gently rise up into a seated position. If you need more time, no rush. Take as long as you need. When we find ourselves in our beautiful seated position, we can place our hands at heart center. Take a nice slow inhale. Exhale and bow. Namaste. Jai UConn. The light in me honors the light in all of you. I thank you all so much, as always, for joining. I hope